right now, but it's going to get better. You'll see, it'll get better. But anyways, so I just want to say there is no audio right now from the game, and there's a reason. And the reason is essentially that my headphones died while I was playing this, and I did swap them out for another pair, but I guess the audio just never came back. That you would need a pickaxe to mine, which I don't have at this point. So yeah. Anyways, I'm also when I was recording, the other thing that happened is, I did narration. Wasn't really happy with the results, with the quality of it. So I'm redoing it, which is a shame because live narration is always better, anyways, in my opinion. And it's higher quality, but just the audio quality was so terrible that and it wasn't even that bad. It's just slightly bad enough that I don't want to use it. But it wasn't really that awful. Just bad enough, just barely bad enough. But this is actually the bit where you first start in this area. But now I have a mallet, which I didn't have obviously when you just get off the shipwreck. So I have a mallet. So that means I can smash stuff. I can totally break things. And we can't do anything more with that big bit there because there is a sprite in there, but now there isn't anymore because obviously they're in our backpack now. But the one thing I'm realizing is if I kind of go back to where you can see it on the camera, I think there's something I might have missed in here. I might have to go back and see. I don't think it's a big deal, but I might as well, if I did miss it, go and take a look-see at some point. But got some more stones, which is always good. You could kind of see it there. There's like sort of a wooden, I don't want to call it a wall, but I also don't want to call it an upright because it's not really that either. There's sort of a wooden, I'm just going to call it either like a wall or a gate or a fence. One of those. But, that would have made kind of an interesting screenshot if you could, there's no screenshot mode right now where you can get rid of the HUD. I believe one is going to be added, but there's none right now. Just where it's all like rainy and dark, that would have made an interesting screenshot. But anyways, I should have gone and seen if that could have been broken, which I didn't. So shame on me for that, I guess. I think I got red shampoo. Yep, I did. Which is brilliant because my character's here is already red. So unless you can make it a different kind of red, but probably the good thing about that is I could just trade it off to try to get something that I actually do need, because presumably it has at least a little bit of value to it. So, it's not really, bad to get that. There's a guy, that's Sly McWiley. You don't want to deal with him. He'll kind of screw you over. That's probably why he has that name. I wonder if did he choose that name, or was that name given to him because people know how he is? So it's sort of like a warning, like, hey, we've called this guy Sly McWiley, and there's a reason. The region's happiness is up. That's good, 40%, not bad. It's not as good as 50 or 100, but at least they're not like, terribly, suffering and sad and depressed and everything's awful, kind of deal. Stone, and we can break that stuff. Breaking stuff is great. Breaking stuff is always... Oh, we got a cat. There is a cat in there. There's going to be, at some point, I think, cat lady who will want her cats back. And that's why we're collecting them. I haven't, played far enough to have found her, but just since there's an achievement for collecting... and plus also the fact that the cats are even in the game, but since there's an achievement for it, I assume that's what happens, and I'm probably right. I imagine I am. Yeah, I was doing a lot of jump walking when I was playing this. You kind of could notice there. just for as I was walking from place to place. I was doing it with hopping. Not all the time, but I missed a couple of pickups there too. I could have picked those up. That would have been a good thing, but I guess I decided not to. So, yeah, I put that star there because I thought it would mark on my mini map, but it didn't. And since it didn't, I went to where the objective was actually showing me to go. But then I realized you could just, put the other marker, and then it would lead you to where you wanted to get. Because, now that I have the farm up and running, it would be kind of cool to do something with it, would it not? I think so. Just as we're walking there, and see, he has a whole objective about it. I could have, anyways, he says, congratulations, you have your very own farm. There are lots of things you can do with your farm. Let me give you some items. Let's get started by placing these stuffs. But, anyways, I could have got that quest immediately, but I decided to run off and explore the little cave instead, because that's how I prioritize things for whatever reason. But this is where you can place stuff, so it's pretty good. You can arrange your farm with the items he's given you to do so. So you got the 2 pens, you can plant some trees, some flowers, and I think there's 2 water troughs and 1 fodder trough. And oh, what's all that shining over there? What could that be? It's Grumble. And kid, I had a perfectly good thing going there. You came along and ruined it. Well, I guess there's no going back to that pigsty now. Let's get a move on, youngster. That's Grumble. He grumbles. That's a grumbling voice in my mind. If someone makes that voice, I'm going to assume they're grumbling. He also makes a terrible joke, and also a joke that I don't really get because there's no cows anywhere, so... Unless it's not a joke, unless he was just, so super complaining that he wanted to lengthen the word to tell you how, upset he is, maybe. Could be, I don't know. So that's your large pen. So you can put a groffle in there. And then there's also the small pen, but there's also the water trough. But ultimately one needs to get placed, so I guess it's going to be the water trough first. I was having a little trouble with this. I forget exactly what it was, but every time I was trying to rotate, I accidentally placed it, and so I think I was thinking in my head that X was to rotate, and therefore I was having a little bit of trouble getting all these items the way I wanted them and where I wanted them and that kind of stuff. See, again, right, I just sort of place it instead of rotating it, and I think that was what all was happening. But place that there, the 2 water troughs right next to each other, that kind of makes sense. And then a small animal pen, but not there, so pick that up, press X to pick that up, and place that right next to the large pen, because why not? It doesn't really make a difference where it is. If it's on the other side, it's no big deal, but that sort of makes the most logistical sense. So that just gets placed there, so you can put trees in there. And the garden plot, you can just place that. I just placed badly, but that goes next to it. And then the fodder trough. Last thing we need to do. And I need to drink a drink of water. Alright, so that is all good. But I guess there's another one to place, so get that placed. Sort of in the way of the entrance a little bit, but that's not a huge deal. So with all that placed, I was trying to jump, but I forgot I was still in build mode and I had to press B to get out of it. Anyways, with all that placed, we can go talk to Bushel again. So talk to Bushel, And he says, well done, now that you've placed a large animal pen, you can adopt a large animal. Quest complete. I wish the sound for it was there, but it's not. Groffles are the best. They're the big brown animals. Grazing, you'll find them wherever. Besides being big and fluffy, if they're domesticated, they'll produce groffle milk, which is pretty cool. You can befriend animals by feeding them their favorite food. So we need psyllium seeds for them. And he says he will show you how us to make psyllium seeds and get a groffle. So he gives us the recipe for it, but we actually have to go craft it, which I thought in my head he was going to give me some, but I think he actually doesn't, because it even says there you gotta craft it. I was looking through my inventory. Plus I thought it worked like other seeds as psyllium seeds, which they don't, by the way, work like the other seeds, because you can't plant them. You can't actually plant them, so they're not going to show up in your quick menu anyways. But I was looking through them like, where are they? So you have to craft them, you idiot. Don't you know you have to craft them? It even says on the top left-hand corner, or right-hand corner, one of the directions, one of the tops, somewhere there. I'm a little bit dyslexic, but no, the top right-hand corner, it even says you have to craft them, so stop looking around in your backpack. Don't walk up to that groffle just yet. You don't have anything for him. You don't have anything he wants or needs. Go to the bit. I think it's the part with the scissors. Yep, the part with the scissors. You need to craft. It's right there. You need to craft. Then I crafted some. So it consumes a stone, which I think is kind of weird. I don't know why that would be necessary for I obviously see why you would need to use the stone, but why it would get consumed, I don't know. Unless we're breaking the stone down as well so they can eat a little gravel. And I still thought it would be in there because, again, there's no way I could have known that it's not a regular seed that you can't plant, that it's just a seed that you have to give to the groffles. So I guess it's more of like a food than a plantable. I was trying to move it around in the backpack to see if I could get into my quick menu that way, which admittedly makes no sense. However, I guess it was worth a try. Of course, it's still kind of difficult when you can't actually see what all you have, what kind of seeds you have in the quick menu. But anyways, I give him that, and then he likes me, and then he'll follow me. Yeah, he seems interested. Cool. Okay, awesome. So the hearts, and then follow me, groffle, into my pen. You're going to be well taken care of, or at least as far as you know. They kind of get to stay very close to them, or else they kind of stop following you. But anyways, we now have a groffle. So we're going to adopt, yes. BFF. Achievement. Wow, now that's a filthy groffle. They all look the same, but anyways. Now we can make groffle milk, so check in time to time to check your goods. And he'll be here looking after the animals, but we still have to feed them, or else they're not going to be happy. And anyways, if I want to build the farm more, I'll need the help of a carpenter. Fair enough. So that is the farm. That's the makings of a farm. So 47% rating, because the animal care is great, the cleanliness is great, and we're actually starting to produce some stuff. So that is all very good. Which I'm probably going to end the second video of the session here. Again, not that it matters, but just a little side note.